I filmed the intro to this video when the fabric got here, I believe. No. Was it here yet? I don't think so. Maybe it was after I ordered it, so I was just excited. But fabric came and I'm just like ready to start. I've been wanting to do this project for so long. These chairs are a great size and shape, and I don't even like hate the fabric on them. It's just like a dark gray, doesn't really go with my house. And boucle chairs are just so in right now. I thought that I'll just make them myself. So we're just gonna get straight into it. I'm just gonna like make things up as I go. I have no pattern. I have no really plan. I'm just gonna use my draping skills that I learned in college and take you step by step through my process. I'm just gonna wing it. And so if you've never reupholstered something before, you don't have to be a professional to do it. It's totally doable, and hopefully my video will help you learn how. So here we go. So, after examining the chair without the arms, I have decided I'm definitely gonna be sewing. I thought maybe I was gonna do just draping and stapling, but I just don't think it'll look as good, and I want it to look more professional and just like, not super DIY, you know what I mean? So I'm going to sew to where there's a seam on each edge, and then I'm going to staple it. My only issue, and I talked to my mom about it, and she's done this a lot, is I'm worried that the fabric will slip. It will be like loose and kind of slippy because I'm leaving the original fabric on. So I'm gonna go to the store and get some batting, like some foam batting that will create a little bit more of like tension and help the fabric stay in place and not be tousled around. So luckily there's a fabric store just a couple blocks away, so I'm gonna go do that quick, and then we're gonna get started with sewing and everything else. So, and in a perfect world, I would actually add some foam, because I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this kind of slopes down to where like the foam's been a little worn. I do have some downstairs, so potentially I could like maybe cut a wedge. So like start it thinner. You know what a wedge is. Cut a wedge of foam and stick it on to make it a little bit more even and a little bit more cozy for your butt. I just don't know if I'm like taking this way too far. Cause I mean, but it will make it a little comfier, so I should just try. And I have it already, so. Okay, let's go to the store and we'll. Okay, we're here at Fabric Gallery, AKA we call it Fab Gal, because at night when the letters light up, only the Fab and Gal light up. I think it's cuter anyways. So, Fab Gal, it's literally right by my house, so it's very convenient, but here we go. Hey, we're back from the store. This was the fastest errand ever. And this batting was only $3.50 a yard, so score. And this is really gonna help go in between the original fabric and the new fabric to keep it from slip sliding. And you know, it's actually thicker than I thought, so it's gonna add a little bit of padding itself. So I don't know, I could either just like double it, and then that will be like perfect for the little bit of extra padding that I think the end needs. People are driving crazy today. Some lady just freaked out on me because I hadn't even gotten to the stop sign yet to stop, and she thought that I wasn't going to stop, and she didn't have a stop sign, and she was like, stop sign, stop sign. And I was like, I'm working on it. Like, I have not even arrived at the stop sign yet. Like, slow down. But sounds like everyone's maniac, whatever, 'tis the season. Okay, so let's just get back to it. So now I changed my shirt because it's getting so hot. Now I have my seat cut out and the front panel and the two side panels that'll go on the seat and front and side panels, just like I just said. So I'm going to pin those right sides together like this all the way around, and then go ahead and sew that. Make sure it fits. If it's loose at all, I want to make sure it's really tight. So we're going to I mainly really need to make sure that the top part, the corners line up, because I don't want the like seam to be hanging off the side, and I don't want it to be sitting on top. I need it to be like right at the angle. So that's going to be the hardest part. I think if you're doing this, make sure that you leave a seam allowance. I think that's like the biggest mistake people make when sewing, is not leaving a seam allowance, which is what leftover fabric's gonna be once you sew the two pieces together. So for example, obviously if you're a sewer, you know this already, but when I sew these two pieces together, there's gonna be, you know, if this is a stitch, there's gonna be this piece left over. So you're gonna wanna make sure you put that into your measurements, because a lot of people, I feel like, end up making their garments or covers too small because they forget about the seam allowance, and then, you know, it's really snug. So make sure you do that, but also make sure you don't do too much seam allowance to where your thing is too big. So what I'm gonna do is the front piece first, put that over, then attach one side and make sure it lines up with the corners. Then I will really carefully mark and pin the last side so that I know that it'll fit really well. So.
I hate it waist, big shoes at the discotheque. I try so hard to be something you want, and it's a curse or a consequence of some last line of defense. I trust.
Okay, I've already made a mistake, which is just bound to happen. But I didn't, this is exactly what I was just talking about. I didn't give myself enough fabric for this bottom because this chair is drooping, like I said. When I measured this, I didn't pull it up to see like how much fabric I really needed, and I didn't take into account the fact that I needed to have a lot left over so that I could tuck it under and staple. So where I want the seam to be is up higher, so I'm losing a few inches there. So now, as you can see, it's just like hovering. I'm missing like 3 inches of fabric. So I have 2 options. I can add another strip at the bottom and just sew it in. If I do that, I'm gonna have to do that to the other one too, because there's gonna be another seam, which I think will come up too high and it won't look right. So I think I'm just gonna have to cut all the pieces. Crap, I already pre-cut all the pieces. Okay, I might have to just do the skinny strip after all and have another seam just down here, tucked under. Once it's pulled tight, it'll probably line up with the corner, so maybe it'll be fine. It's annoying because I have so much extra up here. So I cut like too much on this side, not enough on this side. So it was bound to happen, but we're just gonna try to figure it out. I'm gonna pin up the sides and see what that looks like, and then I'll make a decision from there.
I just hope that someone else can make this stop. 'Cause I think I'm turning around. Oh, it's time to stop pretending. Call me out, I'll be over.
Okay, I think we like it. Okay, you guys, this was actually the right move. Like, look at how much more that adds, and it just looks like more professional. So, and it's just like, yeah, that's gonna be good. I like it. So, sometimes you make good mistakes. Also, I've never once in my life done a project from start to finish without a mistake. So it's just like, you just gotta, you know, move on. Oh, this is so good. Okay, that looks good. So then it'll be pulled really tight and stapled underneath, so that's great. I don't even care about this, all this extra fabric. It'll just be more to be able to pull. And actually, yeah, I've already done the other side. So, okay, so we are gonna line this up completely in the middle and then add these 2 sides. I'm gonna do one at a time so that I know, because the last side is gonna be the most important, making sure that it's completely squared off. So, here we go.
And I'm sorry for not speaking up. I never share my feelings, but I'll finally get to be myself.
Excited about this. So we got it matched up. Some of this extra fabric needs to come off, but I'm gonna tuck it just to Oh my gosh, when this is like pulled tight, and under here will be stapled, it looks so good. Oh, so relieved. So over here, still deciding what I will do. More than likely, I'll have to do a stitch down either one of these sides. Pull this tight, pull this tight. And so, kind of like that. But it'll be a stitch instead of like a pocket like that. And that actually I'll pin now. So we know. Then, yeah, it looks so good. I am so excited.
If we talk about anything, girl, let's talk about us. All the ways I wanna fall in love. All the ways I wanna build your trust. Yeah. You standing here with me, can't be love. Come inside, I wanna feel your touch.
Look what I've done. Look what I have done. Ah! Damn it. Okay, this is just laying on top there, but I just had a little lunch break. This is looking really good. Once this is pulled tightly and stapled, it's gonna be so nice. I still wanna iron this because that'll drive me nuts if it's wrinkled like that always. But I realized I am not going to staple it until I'm completely done with the back, so we can just do that all in one take. But I'm really happy with what the bottom turned out. Now it's time for the back, which kind of stressy. Should be fine. Basically just exactly what I just did, just bigger. Okay, so here we go.
Elevate, I'm gonna lift you up. Sunset, palm trees on top of a hill, no stress. When I hold you.
Woof, you guys, this is exhausting. Okay, this is where we are. I have the back piece, the side pieces, the top piece, and the front piece of the back of the chair. So I'm gonna start by attaching the front of the back, if that makes sense. The like where your back actually sits part to the top panel. Then from there, I'll attach the back, then the sides last, just like we did with the first thing, so we can measure and make sure that everything's correct. There's gonna be a little bit more of an angle as far as sewing this time because there's, the chair goes from skinny on the side to like wider and wider towards the bottom. So, starting with the easiest sewing first and then sides. Oh my gosh, I'm out of breath.
I'm the one you chose. Overcast, shower you with roses. Keep me in the corners of your mind. We can stop forever here tonight. Baby, it's you and me. It's only you I see. Yeah. If we talk about anything, girl, let's talk about us. All the ways I wanna fall in love. All the ways I wanna build your trust. Yeah. You standing here with
Okay, my lighting's getting kind of bad, but oh my gosh, this looks so good. So you can't fully tell because it's not pulled tight enough because the staples will like make it pull, you know, so tight. But it fits so good. I did notice that from this angle, there's like, this chair's just like been sat in a lot, I guess. This is like uneven foam inside. So I will add more batting on this side probably to make it a little more even. And I think the back will be fine, but then also this will all be pulled tighter in. But oh my gosh, this was harder than I thought, but much better looking than I thought. Like originally I wasn't gonna do any of these seams and it was just gonna be draped and stapled, and I'm just so happy I did because it just looks so much more professional. So I need to get this baby up on the table now so I can actually not have to bend over since I'm like out of breath already. But it's looking great. I'm so dumb. I put the underneath part on before I put the arms back on. That's the only way in. So rip this off, no big deal. Just dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. watching. Please subscribe, like this video, and comment below on what you liked about it or what videos you want to see in the future. And please share with friends, anyone you think that might enjoy this video, and we will see you next time.